Hello everyone, welcome back to the new session on RCA. Today we are going to learn about product attributes and how can we configure them and manage using Salesforce RCA. So here is the agenda. First of all, we are going to see what is an attribute, then where is it used, then how does it relate to product. We'll see a use case as well, and then we'll review the configuration of that particular use case. So what is an attribute? Attribute is nothing but a feature of a product. Attribute provides information about properties or features of an object, helping to define its identity or characteristics. If you want to define certain features of your product, you can define it as an attribute in Salesforce RCA. Now, where is it used? Attributes are generally used at every place now. For example, laptop has RAM, ROM, and color that can be defined as an attribute. Clothing has size and color. Software has on-prem or cloud installation, etc. So that is where attributes are now generally used. Now, how does it relate to product in Salesforce RC? So here is the data model of catalog, product, attribute, and rule management in Salesforce RCA. We are only concerned about product and attribute management over here. As you can see, there is an object called picklist, there is an object called attribute categories, and there is an object called attributes. And we are going to see this later in the demo or use case demo. Now, how does it relate to product? Then product has a field called based on, and which does has a lookup to product classification. So first of all, you configure the product classification, add attributes, and then associate it with product using this based on field. So that is how it is related to product. Now let's see the use case. So a telecom company sells internal plans where pricing depends on speed, data limit, and add-ons like static IP or OTT subscription. Attributes that I'm going to use over here is speed, which has a pick list value of 50, 100, and 200 Mbps. Data limit, which has pick list value 500 GB and unlimited. And static IP required, whether it's yes or no. It's a Boolean choice. So that is what we are going to cover today. The benefit, sales rep just picks the value during the quoting. CPQ auto calculates prices and generates the accurate quote with the right configuration based on the attribute selection. We are not going to see pricing today. We are just going to see attribute configuration, and pricing will cover later on in the pricing series. Now let's review this. So I'm in Salesforce now and I'm on Unified Catalog app. If I click over here, I can see the different tabs available in this particular app, out of which we are going to talk about attribute picklist, attribute category, attribute definition, and product classification. Let's first start with this attribute definition. And I'm gonna click new over here, and let's say the name is speed, as we have already discussed around this over here. So speed is the pick list which has value as 50 Mbps, 100 Mbps, and 200 Mbps. Now over here, I can see data type as pick list, but I don't have any options to create pick list value over here. Instead, I have a lookup to pick list. That means if I want to create pick list type of attribute, then I'll have to create pick list records. So what I'll do is I'll go over here into attribute pick list and I'll create the record of speed. So I'll just click on speed, and data type I'm going to select text over here because it will be text for us. And I'll just save this. So once the attribute pick list has been created, we are going to create the pick list values. So I'll just click new over here and I'll name it as 50 Mbps. Same code, same abbreviation, same display value, same value, and sequence as well. You can pick your choices. Display value will be visible to the user and the value will be actually being stored. If we want to make it default, we can. And there are statuses like draft, active and inactive. What I'll do is I'll just mark this active and save it. Now we have two more attribute pick lists. So what I'm gonna do is I'm adding this. So two pick list values. The second one is 100 Mbps and the third one is 200 Mbps. So I'm gonna create the third one as well and make this sequence as 3. So that was about speed. Now we'll have to create one more, which is for data limit. Create data limit as well. So I'm going to provide name as data limit, same code. I'll select the data type as text and I'll click save. Now let me just see what were the picklist value. It was 500 GB and unlimited. So what I'm going to do is I'm coming over here and I'll create the picklist value as, let's say, 500 GB. Same code, abbreviation same, display type same, value same, and I'm gonna activate this as well. And post that the picklist value was unlimited, so let me just put unlimited at all places, and I'll make this activated as well. So we have created our attribute and attribute values, attribute picklist values. What we're gonna do is we didn't activate them, so I'm gonna activate both of them by just setting the status to active, and make sure you activate this, otherwise you won't be able to select it while creating the attribute definition. So attribute picklist values we have created. Now let's go to attribute definition. I'm gonna create the definition for speed. Label API name is the same. I'll select as a picklist, and as soon as we select picklist, I can select speed over here. I can provide the default value over here as well if we need it. I have to mark it as active to get it on the screen, and we can mark it required as well. I'm not marking required right now, but we'll do it later. If any default value description required, default text required, you can put it over here, and I'll just save it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clone this as well, and I'll make it as data limit, and I can select data limit from here. Again, the pick list value of default will get changed. Unit of measure if you want to define. I'll just save it. It says data limit cannot have space in between when using as an API name. So make sure you don't have any spaces. I'll just save it. And the third attribute was static IP required. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on new, and let's say the attribute was static IP. So I'll just name it and remove the space. Now the data type is checkbox. So I'll just select checkbox. And as soon as I selected checkbox, you see the default value previously it was showing a pick list when I have selected the data type as pick list. Now it is showing checkbox, whether true or false. I'm not going to do anything over here, and I'll hit save. So what we did is we created attribute definition. Before that, we created attribute pick list as well. Now it's time us to group them. So there is attribute category using which you can group them. If you don't want to group, then that's also fine. But if you want to group it, you can group it via attribute categories. And I'll show you where to use them. Now the product name was internet plan. So let's say internet plan attributes is the name for this attribute category. And I'll just created one. Now I want to add the attributes with this attribute category. So I can go to related list and I can click on this assign, which will allow me to select the data limit. I'll select the speed and I'll select the static IP, and I'll just click on assign. So the group has been created. Now it's time for us to create the product classification. I'll go to product classification and I'll just click on new, and let's say I call it internet plan attribute. The same as the code, it is in draft stage, and now I can associate attributes over here. So I'll click on assign and it will pop up two options for me. One is assign individual attribute. If I'll click next by selecting that, I can select the attributes individually. If I go to assign by category, I can select the whole category and assign. So creating a category and assigning is, let's say you have multiple records of, let's say 10 or 20 records of attribute, and you want to assign it in single go, it's advisable to create an attribute group or category and then assign. It will be easy for you. Over here, you have a button called include or exclude picklist values. So you see all the picklist values related to speed have been popped up over here, and if you want to remove any of this for this particular product classification, you can exclude that. If I unselect this and click save, that means wherever this product classification is getting added, they won't be able to see this 50 Mbps picklist value because I have excluded that. And this will be used when you have the same picklist or same attribute definition used across different product classification, and on one of them you don't want those values to be shown. That is where you can configure that. Now what we have to do is, as per that diagram, we'll have to relate that with particular products. So I have two products over here. I'll just associate it with the single, and which is internet plan, and I'll show you why I have created second product. You can see that I have created internet plan attribute, but it's not being visible over here. And the reason behind that is the classification is not activated. So I will activate this. I'll go to internet plan. I'll click edit, and now I should be able to see that. I've selected it and just saved it. Now let's preview. So the catalog is loaded, and let me see where is internet plan. So internet plan is over here, and just click on configure, and I should be able to see the attributes coming up over here. Yes, it is showing. I'll just, let's say, select 500 GB as the limit, speed is 100 Mbps, or let me say 200 Mbps, and static IP is required. And if needed, if attribute based pricing is configured, then when you click update price, your pricing will appear over here based on the attributes being given. Right now it's only 500 USD provided. You can see the attributes value over here as well in the summary section. Now, so I've created another product called basic internet plan, which is visible over here, and I want the same product attribute to be visible, but it should have default values. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the product that is basic internet plan. I'm gonna select that internet plan attribute over here. Now if I go to attributes, you can see those attributes coming up over here. And if you want product specific attribute default or any other attribute specific details to be added, you can add it over here. I can make it default as 50 Mbps. My sequence of this should be the first one. It needs to be required, and I'll just hit save. If I go to the second attribute, let's say data limits, I'll configure it to be visible second. It should be having default value as 500 MB, and it should be read only. Now let's review what changes this has an impact on this configuration. Now I'll go to basic internet plan, and I can just click this button, and which will load all the attributes associated with that. You see, the speed became required. Data limit is 500 MB default and it is read only. Whereas you go to internet plan, your first attribute was data limit and the second was speed, nothing default, nothing read only. And if I go over here into basic internet plan, my sequence got changed based on the one that I defined on product specific attribute. So that is how.
Thank you very much for watching the video. Please like and share the content and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Thank you.